All right, guys, hey, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. So I've got a video I want to do today. This is about AutoPilot, how to use it, when to use it. Very basic. So let's say you're brand new to Tesla, you just got your Tesla, or you're looking at or you're researching these. This is just going to be some simple tips to start using AutoPilot, the settings that you need to use, how to use the controls, the functions, and then under what circumstances on the road are you going to use AutoPilot. All right, for starters, let's talk about what AutoPilot is. Now, this is the base AutoPilot. Since like middle of 2019, all new Teslas came with AutoPilot. If you're looking at an older Model 3, like an 18 or 2019, it may or may not have AutoPilot. You'll also see cars that have enhanced AutoPilot and full self-driving. This is just going to be about the base AutoPilot because that's probably what most cars, the majority of cars have. I will give you guys some information on a little bit what enhanced AutoPilot is. So a little information on what AutoPilot is. AutoPilot is a set of features, safety features and driving features that Tesla offers that help make driving a lot more comfortable, a lot easier. For example, the base AutoPilot, this is a 2022 Tesla Model Y. It has just the base AutoPilot. It doesn't have the full self-driving or enhanced AutoPilot, just the base AutoPilot. And really that's sufficient for your highway driving when you're engaging cruise control. That's when you use AutoPilot. That's when I use it. It's great for those situations. And then on the streets, highways or city streets, I don't engage any kind of AutoPilot. I just drive it regularly. I only use it on the highway, and that's really where it shines. That's really where it does a good job. So what the base AutoPilot does is it steers the car for you. It stays in the lane. So it has cameras and it reads the lane markers and it stays in the lane. So the car you have to be on a road that has like divided lane markers. And then secondly, it has an adaptive cruise control where it senses the car in front of you and adjusts your cruise speed based on the distance of the car in front of you. So it really just makes the kind of the tedious part of like driving on a highway where you're trying to stay in the lane and trying to adjust your speed to the cars in front of you. It really does away with that chore, and it makes driving on the highways with the cruise control AutoPilot really comfortable. All right, let's say you just got your car. Let's go through the settings because you have to have a few settings enabled on the car and the screen in order to set up or even use the full the AutoPilot feature. So let's go into those. Okay, so here I am on the screen. I want to touch my car screen. This gives me my menu here. You have all this menu here to kind of go through. What I want to look at today is I want to talk about AutoPilot. So what I have here is okay, there's two different things you do. Now the car has to be in park. So this is the park feature. I push this into park right here. In order to change these settings, I have to be in park. So make sure you're in park. So normally it's just going to come with traffic aware cruise control. It's also called adaptive cruise. That's how it's going to come default. In order for it to steer in its own lane, you have to turn on auto steer. And there's just a little disclaimer, hit yes. This is optional. You can do the full self-driving visualization. This is where it shows stoplights, it shows people, cones on the screen here when you're driving. The set speed, when you engage AutoPilot, I'll show you how to engage it. It can either be at the speed limit or you can do it to have adapt to your current speed. Also, you can have a fixed or a percentage. So let's say I always go, if someone always goes 5 miles an hour over the speed limit, when you engage AutoPilot, it'll go 5 miles over the speed limit if you have that. Or you can do a percentage like 2%. I always just do the speed limit so that way I can adjust it as needed. There's also a setting here, automatic blind spot cameras. So that means when I turn my blinker on here, so when I hit my blinker to left or right, it'll show the camera right here on the screen. You can move this also. If I want to have this over here, you can kind of move this to different spots on the screen. I always keep it up here on the top left. And then there's also blind spot collision warning chime there. So those are the settings that you want to do. Auto steer, turn that on. Now we have AutoPilot ready to go, and I want to show you how to enable this AutoPilot. Okay, on the right hand side of the car is your gear selector. So it's where you go. Reverse is one click up, there's neutral, and then drive is a click down. But you can see the cruise control symbol is below drive. So when you're driving, what you'll do is if you just want cruise control only, just one press down. It can just be a light press. It doesn't have to be a double click down. It's just a one light press down and enables cruise control. 2 clicks down will do cruise control, and because I have auto steer enabled, it will do auto steer. So twice down enables AutoPilot, and then when you're ready to disengage it, you can go up once here, or if you simply push your foot on the brake, it'll disable the AutoPilot as well. Think of AutoPilot as like just an advanced cruise control feature where it cruises very well in that it stays, behind the car in front of you. It's not gonna you don't have to brake or change the speed. It just adapts your speed. And then also it's gonna steer in its own lane, and that's a really cool feature. Now you still have to have your hands on the steering wheel. You can't let go of the steering wheel. You can't fall asleep. You still have to be attentive. You still have to be ready to take over. So it's not like fully autonomous. You have to still be driving the car and paying attention. Keep your hand on the wheel. If you don't put your hand on the wheel after, it's probably like 20, 30 seconds. If it doesn't feel you touching the wheel, it will start beeping at you. And if you don't respond to these beeps, it can lock you out of the full AutoPilot system. Really, I would say just use it when you normally use cruise control, which is going to be, for most people, just going to be on the highway, freeways, long stretches of road where you're just cruising. Okay, so I'm on the freeway here. You see there's a truck in front of me. So what I want to do is I want to activate my AutoPilot because I'm on the freeway. This is a great time to do that. So I'm going to show you here how I press this down. 2 light taps down. All right. Now what that's doing, see the blue lines? Those are the lane markers it sees, so you know that it's going to stay within those lines. And then when the blue steering wheel at the top is engaged, that means auto steer is engaged. Now it's showing me my speed limit. So the speed limit on the highway is 70 miles an hour. My set speed is 70, and this is my current speed, 63 miles an hour. So because I have my AutoPilot settings to, when I activate it, it's going to go to the speed limit. If, let's say, I want to increase it, now there's a truck in front of me who's going 62. That's why I'm only going 62. But if I increase my set speed to, say I roll this forward, this is the right scroll wheel, I just roll that forward. Now I'm set at 70, let's go to 75. Well, I'm not going 75, I'm only going 73 because this truck in front of me is kind of going slow and kind of in the far right lane here. So that's where the adaptive cruise comes in. Is really nice because it's just, staying right behind that truck up to my set speed. Now you can also adjust the following distance. So this same right scroll wheel, if I push it over so it can move over, look down here on the bottom, see where it says 2, 3. So what I'm doing is I can adjust the following distance. So if 3 is going to be a wider, 4 is a wider following distance, so that means I'll stay even further behind this truck as I'm driving down the road. And you just do, left is going to be increases the following distance. To the right, see I'm moving my thumb to the right now, I'm decreasing the following distance. It'll go all the way down to 2 is the closest I can follow this truck. Now this is helpful if, when you're driving on the freeway and if it's busy and people are weaving in and out of you, you usually want it to be as close to the car in front of you so that way people are not cutting you off and changing lanes in front of you. So that's where you can adjust your following distance. So I'm on AutoPilot. Now one thing I want to tell you guys, because this car only has regular AutoPilot, when I change lanes, let's say I want to go around this truck and I want to get in this lane here so I can start going the actual speed limit. I'm only going 64, it's 70 right now. If I want to change lanes, I'll put my blinker on, it'll lighten the steering wheel up, and it'll disengage the auto steer. The auto steer is this blue icon, the steering wheel is kind of steering for me. On regular AutoPilot, you don't have auto lane change. And that's one benefit to having enhanced AutoPilot. If your car has enhanced AutoPilot, if you put your blinker on and signal, the car will move over to the lane into the next lane by itself, and then you just turn the blinker off. Regular AutoPilot, you don't have that feature. So let me show you, I'm going to give you an example here. So I'm going to turn my blinker on here. It lightens up the steering wheel. I'm turning. So it's disengaged my steering, auto steering, and so now I just got to push this twice back down, 1, 2, and I'm re-engaged. It does turn the blinker off if you do that. So it's like you have to re-engage the auto steer you have to depress this stalk down twice in order to re-engage the AutoPilot, which is the auto steer. Now the cruise control stays set. It doesn't do anything with the cruise control, so the car's still under cruise control, but it's the auto steer that you have to re-engage. Double tap down every time you change lanes. Now, it's not that big of a deal, but if you've ever had enhanced AutoPilot, which I do have in my Model S, it's a lot nicer to be able to just keep auto steer and the cruise, everything's engaged, and you can change lane and the car changes lanes when it's clear. So that is a cool feature, but Enhanced Autopilot's a $6,000 upgrade, and I don't feel that it's worth $6,000 just to push the stock down one less time. You know, you still have to turn your blinker on and off. So, but be aware of that feature there, that the auto steer is going to disengage when you change lanes. You just got to re-engage it by double tapping the stock down here. So now that I'm on Autopilot, it's reading the lanes. So when it sees the lane markers, it shows those. If it shows no lane markers, auto steer is not going to be available. So if you're on a highway, let's say all the lane markers are, let's say it's raining really bad and it can't see the lane, the lane markers, the lane lines, then you probably can't do auto steer at that time. Now I do the Autopilot really just when I'm on the highway. If I need to exit the car, when I start exiting the freeway, that's when I turn this off. Or if it's really busy, let's say the freeway is really busy, I've got to like maneuver in and out of traffic more, or people are maneuvering around me, I will disengage it. So usually when traffic is light and I'm just cruising and I'm not in a hurry, I just want to leisurely cruise down the highway, that's the perfect time for Autopilot. Now to disengage it, there's a couple ways. One is I'm going to put my foot on the brake. So I put my foot on the brake. Okay, it disengaged both the cruise and auto steer went away. So now I'm under full control. Now I'm driving it completely. My foot is, I'm pushing down the accelerator, I'm steering, I'm doing all that. If I want to re-engage it, I just push this down twice. Okay, so I'm going to re-engage it here. All right, so blue wheel means it's steering, the lane lines, I'm on cruise control, and it went back to my set speed, which is the speed limit of 70 miles an hour. The other way that I usually use instead of hitting the brake is I'll just lift up on the stock one time. So if I just lift this up once, so if I'm getting off the highway, off the off-ramp, I'll just lift this up and it turns both off. It turns the steering and it turns the brake, the cruise control off, and then I'm taking over. So those are the two ways that I usually use if I'm on Autopilot. The full self-driving preview also gives you these cool kind of blind, it gives you an idea of your blind spot here. So you can see cars that are in your blind spot come up behind you. So like, for example, there's a car coming up on my left. We'll see him right before when he's in my blind spot. So I can see there. See, I can see him there in my blind spot. So I don't even have to turn my camera on to check if cars are there. I know there's another guy coming up right here in my blind spot. I can see that. Okay, both sides are clear right now. If I move the wheel, so if I just jerk the wheel, what was that? Take over immediately. So sometimes it does that, like if it senses there's a danger or trouble, like it'll say take over immediately. But you can, if you move the wheel without disengaging the Autopilot, it'll cancel out the auto steer. So if you jerk the wheel, take control of the wheel, the cruise control is still on, and I'm still going the speed limit. I'm still under cruise control. I just now have to steer, and then once the steering wheel right here is grayed out, auto steer will be available again, and I can re-engage that. And again, remember just to re-engage auto steer, I want to double tap down, just two light taps down, that engages it, and then I'm cruising back on the highway here, and everything is good. Now, I don't have to really do anything until I'm ready to change lanes, or if I want to increase my speed, I just increase the wheel, just the wheel up, and that's going to increase that's my set speed. Again, this is my actual speed. All right, so one other basic thing I want to talk about with Autopilot, and this can happen on occasion if let's say you're driving down the road, you're on a road trip, and you have a long stretch of highway. You have the cruise control on, you have the auto steer on, and there's a car in front of you that's going really slow, and you need to pass really quickly before you run into another car and just kind of get back into the lane. What happens is you can push down the accelerator while you're on Autopilot, and you can speed up. So let's say if I'm going 70 right now, and if I need to go 80 miles an hour to pass a car, I can do that. I don't have to disengage the Autopilot or the auto steer. I can just push down the accelerator and everything will work fine. It'll just speed up. It won't automatically brake for me if I'm exceeding my set speed. The cruise control feature that brakes and accelerates for you automatically will not engage while you are manually pushing down the accelerator pedal. So know that. Also, there's been a few cases where if you exceed your set speed by 20 miles an hour, for example, on the highway to pass someone, and then you slow back down. These cars are so fast, guys, that you can jump up 20 miles an hour in like really quickly. So if you put your foot into the pedal, and you pass someone, and now you're going 20 miles and over the 20 mile an hour over the speed limit, it will disengage or lock you out of autopilot until you get out of the car again. So there are some cases where if you are exceeding the speed limit excessively, it will like lock you out of autopilot for the rest of your trip, and you have to get out of the car, get back in order to kind of reset that. Guys, but overall, autopilot's awesome. This is one of the great features with Tesla. It's why I love driving a Tesla, because not only are they fast and they're fun and they're sporty, but driving on the highway is super comfortable. Like if I'm in stop and go traffic, I love engaging autopilot because the car will just stay in front of the car in front of me, even if it's stop and go, going 5 miles an hour down to 0, back to 0, 5, 10. It makes it so much more comfortable driving an autopilot. So I love driving an autopilot. It makes the driving so much more fun. But again, there are some limitations, but just kind of be aware of these things. Hopefully this was informational or helpful. Guys, if you have any other tips for those who are new to Teslas and autopilot, be sure to leave them down below. Leave a positive comment. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.